Hello and welcome back to, of course, Vanguard Live Sports. And of course, my name is Dami Lola Ogunshaki. And here on Vanguard Live Sports, we'll be giving you updates on what is currently going on in the sporting world. And talking about sports, it seems the fans are ready to go back to the stadium. I mean, the teams are ready to welcome back their fans and talk about Arsenal. Arsenal played their ball, in front of their fans yesterday, and just leave it. It was really a great, performance from Arsenal, also from the fans who were very happy to return back to the stadium. So talking about the stadium, so of course fans will be going back to the stadium. About 2,000 fans have been given the right to come back to the stadium by some of their teams, and this teams includes the 20. It will accept like 2,000 people. And talking about some of them going back to the stadiums, it comes after the government said that spectators will be allowed in outdoor sports venues after lockdown in England ends on 2nd September, that's 2 days ago. And of course, Liverpool, West Ham, Tottenham, and Everton are among 10 Premier League clubs in Tier 2, where 2,000 fans will be allowed to watch games. The other 10 teams are already in Tier 3, where no fans are allowed. Talking about them, let's see what each club will be doing. Arsenal said that there will be no ticket ballot for the Europa League games against Rapid Vienna that was played yesterday. So December, with a first come first serve priority sale for gold and premium members. Meanwhile, Brighton said 2,000 tickets via a ballot to season ticket holders and 1901 club members for the Premier League watch against Southampton on December 7th. The club's ticket exchange is open if they are listed for resale. Also, Chelsea said their ticket ballot will only be open to season ticket holders and hospitality members. However, city ticket holders will only be able to apply for general admission tickets, while hospitality members cannot apply for general ticket. And right now, Chelsea is under fire. Right now, people are criticizing them for posting their ticket sale for 75 for 75 pounds for each ticket, while some of them are saying that they are trying to extort their fans, for that amount. But talking about Crystal Palace also, announcements was made yesterday about ticket allocation for their home against Tottenham on December 13. And Everton also, the club is opening a ticket ballot for the Premier League match against Chelsea at Goodison Park, 12th December. And the ballot is only open to season ticket holders and hospitality members. Fulham is yet to confirm their ticket details. Liverpool supporters also will be seated in the main stand, and the ballot will only be open to fans who live in the Liverpool city region, an area that covers the sides of Liverpool, Alton, and Sefton, and also Wirral. While applicants must be season ticket holders or members with at least 19 credits from the 2018-2019 league champion. Now, if you want to see more of the people's, more of the clubs that have been allowed, that they've been given permission to allow their fans to come back to the stadium, you can always get that on our website. And still talking about fans, it was just a joyful thing that we witnessed them back yesterday with Arsenal when they played the Carabao Cup with Vienna, and it was a very wonderful one. I mean, Europa League. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta said that the return of fans to the stadium was actually part of what motivated them to play, and that it was a very special night. He said that it has been 271 days since Arsenal fans had last been seen at their home for the victory against West Ham United on 7th of March, and out the 2,000 fans were allowed in released watching the Gunners confirm their dominance of the other team. And Arteta said he's very, very delighted to have them back, while the fans and the teams also, allowed, they were really happy. And talking about Lacazette, when he really scored the match after, within the first 10 minutes, he expressed his joy. And it's really fun for you to show that your performance in front of your fans and them being rejoicing with you. It's really wonderful, and seeing that they defeated Rapid Vienna yesterday 4-1. So it was a wonderful one from Arsenal. And Tottenham secured a late win with last it was when they drew yesterday for the Europa League, and penalties from Gareth Bale and substitute Dele Alli sandwiched the Son's 12th strike of the season on a difficult night for Spurs in Austria. Tottenham boss Jose Mourinho questioned the attitude of some of his players as Spurs drew. He talked about some of the things. He said their attitude, which he has experienced before, even at Manchester United, that it's really something that he does not really want to go against again. And they had similar situations where they lost 2 matches in a group phase. But talking about Tottenham and Lask, many people were wondering if it was the tactics that Tottenham were trying to play yesterday, that maybe they wanted to lose out, wanted to fall out of the Europa League in order to stay on the table of EPL. Right now, they're on top of the table with 21 points, and we discussed that yesterday here. And part of what my co-host said then was that it's still early for the for people to decide that they will win the EPL match, this EPL season of 2020-21, and it will be wonderful to see Tottenham doing great. But Jose Mourinho, people are not really found really surprised, except sometimes it's when some of the bad years he had with Manchester United. But right now he's coming back with Tottenham, and Tottenham is doing great, and we hope they'll be able to keep up this performance throughout the EPL and also this Europa League, where they've of course secured their stay. And away from that, let's talk about Premier League EFL, which finally agrees a £250 million bailout. So the Football League has accepted an enhanced £250 million rescue package that will involve League One and League Two clubs being given an immediate £30 million grant to help them to survive the financial impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The deal approved yesterday at a Premier League shareholders meeting after months of deadlock and government pressure on the top clubs to do their bits for the wider game. Will also provide a further £20 million as a monitored grant to the bottom 2 division. The Premier League said that clubs will be able to apply for it based on needs with a joint EFL and Premier League panel to determine club eligibility. The Premier League has also agreed to provide a payment commitment of up to £15 million to cover interest, arrangement fees and professional fees to allow the EFL to secure a £200 million loan facilities that will lend to championships club interest free. And it's a great thing seeing that COVID-19 pandemic really affected many things, especially the sporting world, seeing that fans are just coming back. A lot of people questioned if this pandemic won't really if it's many clubs won't really go under because of the effect of the pandemic. But seeing that people are really helping the clubs to come back and bailing them out is really wonderful, and we hope to see more of the clubs, especially here also in Nigeria, where we hope they will come back soon to the football world. And away from EFL, let's talk about Maradona. Maradona's son, one of his sons, has asked Mikel to drop, to give up the iconic number 10 shirts. There was a time we talked about it here on the show that people were saying that they should give it up for Maradona in order to honor his debts. And when you're talking about Maradona, he died last week at age 30, and he famously lifted the World Cup with his country in 1986, where he was undoubtedly regarded as the best player on the globe. And talking about Maradona, Messi is now filling his boots with his national side, although he has yet to achieve the same success wearing the blue and white shirts. But when you're talking about Messi, also Messi is someone that is of great level, one of the best players in the world, and considered one of them. And in giving up the chair to honor Maradona, is not the only one. We have people saying that many of the players should give up the number 10 shirt to to honor him. And we've had many people giving tribute to Maradona, talking about his good sides, and him being the best player in the world, especially during his own time. And we still are saying that we really hope he will rest in perfect peace. Now, away from that, let's talk about Plateau defeat as they plot revenge after 1-0 defeat to Simba. So Plateau United, Issa Dala has promised to revenge against Simba during their African Champions League match tomorrow at the Benjamin Stadium in Salam. Udala, who also apologized to fans following the side's 1-0 defeat to Simba FC Nigeria, said that Simba are beatable and their target is to show the world their powers in the football. He said that this is not how they envision that the football will go, but in football they just have to accept whatever result comes their way. That's what Ndala said, and said that the players, they still have the chance of advancing to the next stages as players who are hopeful of turning the game on its head. In Tanzania, Simba came to Nigeria and got to win, and they will go to Tanzania also, and they are hoping to show them what they are capable of doing. And we hope Silva also will be able to say that yes, we deserved our win. And it's good to see the two clubs are trying to go against each other. It's good to see them trying to go against each other, because this is the world of football. Any team can win if you are able to show that this is what we're capable of doing. And still talking about Simba, it seems that Simba Onyango's is doubtful will be able to return to play this second league because of his injury, and is ready to undergo medical examination to know his fate ahead of the return leg against the Plateau United on Saturday. That's the Benjamin Stadium. Onyango did not finish the first leg game held in Jos and was substituted in the second half due to an injury. Simba's physician, that's Yasin, said yesterday that they did not conduct a medical examination in Jos due to a tight schedule and had to travel soon after the match. So we hope he will be better. But since they're saying that he might not be able to attend, he might not be available for the return leg. I think he really needs to go for the exam. Now, away from that, let's talk about the National Open Stadium pool swimmers. They said they should open these national stadium pools as the ministers beg the sports ministers. So it seems some of the people that are contesting for the swimming match, they went to the stadium and could not swim, and of course many of them are saying that it was really bad, as the groups of swimmers from Lagos and Ogun State wanted to use the national stadium swimming pool for time trial, and were turned back by the stadium management. And it was gathered that the sports minister bent on privatizing the entire sports complex without regards to previous engagements, and has restricted the usage of the facility. Now, what some of them were saying was that the pool was renovated in 2017 by a company, and because it was not in use since 1999 before the reconstruction, and they are hoping it will go back to where it was used before the reconstruction. But of course, if a swimming pool was repaired for people to swim, normally they are supposed to allow the contestants, the people that are contesting for the swimming pool, they are supposed to allow them to swim. Swimmers are supposed to allow them to swimmers are supposed to be allowed to swim, not just going to the river. And of course, the river is very dangerous for them to swim. And when we have these people, these people might be contesting for us, it's really bad. So we hope they will be allowed to swim. And away from that matter, let's talk about boxing. And when we are talking about boxing, we can't go about talking about boxing without talking about Anthony Joshua, who will be fighting very soon, December 12th. And when you're talking about Anthony Joshua fighting December 12th, we are really hoping that the results that we're waiting for will come forward. Anthony Joshua is always making Nigerians proud, and we hope it will be so. But talking about Buster Douglas, who wants a Tyson rematch, and if you forgot, you might have forgotten the Buster Douglas, his name became synonymous with gigantic sporting upset since his remarkable knockout win over Mike Tyson 30 years ago. And now he wants to step into the ring with Iron Mike once more at the age of 60. Having seen the exhibition between his old foe and Roy Jones Jr., Tyson 54 is looking for his next opponent, having drawn with RJJ on Saturday night in Los Angeles. Douglas could fit the bill for him, although at 60 to seem even more unsavory to the viewers. When Douglas was asked why they didn't actually have a rematch then, and he actually said that it was like something that was not really in talk then. But them coming to fight again would be like a rematch for both of them ever since Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson then. And when you're talking about Mike Tyson 30 years ago, it was just like it was like one of the best boxers then, and it was really good when you're talking about him. And we hope the boxing world, with some of the boxing, it seems like seeing many sports coming back, including boxing, is really encouraging, and it shows that even COVID-19 pandemic could not destroy many of the things that have really been affected by many that are going on. And let's talk about the Ministry of Sport, who has given the green light for Nigerian volleyball to host the 2020 African Nations Girls Under 18 Volleyball Championship. So the Ministry of Sport have given the green light that it should host it, and the tournament is scheduled for the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, from January 29 to 7th of February 2021. The ministry, in a letter signed by the permanent secretary, seek to inform the NVPF to seek out sponsorship opportunities to host the continental tournament, as the ministry cannot afford to finance the competition due to a dearth of fund. And in order to prepare Nigeria's national team for the Continental Championship, the Federation is organizing open trials for players inside the age bracket at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna between 10th and 13th December 2020 to select players that will be invited to the national camp. The NVBF says that precautions are ongoing to ensure a successful hosting of the tournaments, with special reference to the strict adherence to the COVID-19 protocols. And the president of the NVPF said the Confederation of African Football is confident in Nigeria's capacity to always raise the bar in organizing continental championships, hence its resolve to award the hosting rights to the country. And they've also expressed optimism that Nigeria's women team will perform credibly at the tournament next year. Of course, they have to do better, since especially now that Nigeria is hosting it, and Nigerians are really hoping that many of our sports activities will have to come home with medals, gold medals, and they will really perform well. And that's why the sports minister and the sports ministry are trying to make it great and conducive for many of the athletes themselves. And we know the pandemic has affected many things, but it's right to see it coming back, just like the fans have been allowed to watch some of the matches at the EPL, Champions League, and some other matches. And we are hoping that very soon activities also will resume back to Nigeria. I mean, many Nigerian men are really complaining that they've not been able to attend. They've not gone out to watch matches because they have not, the matches have not really been back. And also talking about people going to watch ball and all that. These things, many activities have really been killed because of the pandemic. Because when you're talking about it, football is something that makes people smile, especially sports makes people smile. Any form of sport, it brings smile to people's faces. But we are lucky, and of course this is still December, and we really hope everything will be sorted out, especially since matches there have not been information about Manchester United and Man City fan when they will be back to the stadium. But we hope we'll get information about that soon. And of course, to get more of the stories, you can always visit our website, and that's www.vanguardnj.com, and also subscribe to our YouTube channels or follow us on our social media platforms that are showing on your screen. It's Friday. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your weekend. It's bye from us on Vanguard Live Sports.